Hey everyone, how you doing? Now we're back. We've had a few weeks. It feels like years, centuries, eons, decades, millennia ago since we had new comic books. In fact, I went out and I started watching movies, and then I found this weird fetish with aliens that I enjoy. I've been reading a lot of alien books on my time off. Let me know down in the comment section down below what you guys have been reading during this whole quarantine, Corona, COVID-19 outbreak. But now it looks like comic books are starting to ship out. May 20th, we're going to start going back to our LCS. Majority of us. I think there are still some shops that are closed. And I do know that Marvel's not putting anything out, which I haven't been reading a lot of Marvel, but I wanted to get invested into Marvel because I started watching the Marvel cinematic movies, but now I can't even get Marvel books and they're all digital, and I'm tired of reading digital already. I want to go to my shop. I want to talk to people. I want to get some physical. I want to smell a book or something. You know what I'm saying? But no, let's check out what indie books and what DC books are coming out. All right, now looking over on DC, we got DC's Unkillables issue number 3, that 3-parter. I think this is the last one, right? But it's been freaking wow, dude. If you haven't read the first 2, I highly recommend you do. I'm not sure if you could get them on the DC Universe app. You might be able to. If not, I'm pretty sure your shop has the back issues of the first 2 issues, because I don't think they sold out. But they're freaking awesome. I've been enjoying them. They're action packed. They're so fluid. I'm a big fan of Deceased Unkillables and the Deceased story in general. I do hope they keep this universe kind of progressing and going, because I've been having a ball. And I like that A cover. The A cover with Wonder Woman. And then looking at the C cover is the homage or homage to the Suicide Squad movie poster, which is a movie that I have yet to watch. People told me that I just shouldn't. But I'm going to go ahead and watch it anyway, and I'll be uploading that in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, let's see what other DC books are coming. All right, and I just looked through all the DC books, and it doesn't look like there's a lot that's really coming out, which is kind of unfortunate, because I did want that Strange Adventures 2 by Tom King, because the first one was freaking awesome. I think when they do announce that they're going to ship that one out, I'm going to have to reread the first one, and just to get ready for that second issue, because that second issue, I believe, was supposed to drop on April 1st, and that was the day that comics just stopped. So that was the first week of no comics, and of course, it had to be the week that I really wanted to get a book from the comic book shop. But no, we still have one more DC book. Is that Superman's Pal, Jimmy Olsen, issue number 10. I had a blast reading this. It's been a fun series going. It's pretty light, quirky, goofy. But it's kind of right up my alley in a way. I don't know. That B cover, the Ben Olivers, I've been picking them up since issue number 1. I went on with White Whale Comics and John's Comics with Kids, and we kind of did like a Wednesday book club, and it was surprisingly good. It piqued my interest. I never read a Jimmy Olsen's book before, or Superman's Pal, Jimmy Olsen, and it's kind of funny. I like this cover because it shows him leaning over, petting a dog, and everything around him is like everything that's trying to kill him, but it just barely misses him. And it's like, damn, that's like the story of his life. All right, and then moving over to the indie books, we got a book coming out called Year Zero. This is a book out of a new publishing company, which they were supposed to be launching all their new books, and then COVID hit, which is unfortunate. But they're getting the ball rolling again, because they're, comics are coming back out, and they're releasing this week the Year Zero. This is a zombie type of book, but it's really interesting because this is like a new publishing company, and the writer that they have on there, Ben Percy, you might know him from Marvel's new Wolverine title that just released. So he's working on this indie title at the same time, which is pretty cool. Now, I did get a previews book with some of these upshot AWA books, and they were all in black and white. So I'm curious if this is going to be a black and white series or if it's going to be in color. But I guess we will find out Wednesday. Moving along, I'm very excited because we have The Goon coming out. A and B covers, I'm snapping them up because the A cover with the witches, I like those 3 little witches. It reminds me of Hercules, those 3 witches that are in the entire, or they're prophets or oracles. I don't really know what they are, but it kind of just reminds me of them. And it always seems like witches come in 3. Like if you remember that kids movie from Disney Channel, I think it was called Hocus Pocus, but I might not be sure. But there was like witches come in 3. I guess that's like a witch thing, like witches come in 3. You never get one. You got Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, but they're not really witches, but they come in 3, so I'm just comparing them. But The Goon is awesome. If you don't know anything about The Goon, oh my God, click this link up here. I'm pretty sure it's up here, not over here. I think it's over here. I did a Who Are They The Goon? It's like a quick little rundown, but you can pretty much pick up any one of these issues, and they're almost like one shots. Like The Goon doesn't really have a continuous story that you need to like go back and get issue number 1. You can pick up like issue number 4 and you'll be fine. It's kind of like a quick little rundown. But that little video, it just gives you a little backstory, a little insight into the Goon. If you're like a key collector, it gives you a couple of the keys I recommend you picking up and a good jumping on point. So yeah, definitely read the Goon. And then coming out of Boom Studios, we got Jim Henson's Storyteller Ghost, issue number 2, which I didn't think there was going to be a number 2, because when you read the first one, it kind of just seems like a one-shot story. But I guess he's going to be telling like spooky stories, and it's kind of like all different stories. And the first one was pretty awesome. I liked it. It was kind of different and odd, but it was like a good type of odd. You know, like a hit that right spot. So I'm totally invested in getting issue number 2 to see what kind of creepy story he's got in store for us. All right, and I only have about 2 more books, but if you're watching this, make sure to tune in on Wednesday, because at 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., only 1 hour, I'm going to have a live stream with my co-host, Dylan's Comics, and we're going to be breaking down and reviewing all these issues, maybe like a little bit in-depth, but not too in-depth, like just enough. So if you're curious to see if you guys actually want to buy this, because you can still go to your shops on like Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. Not everybody gets to go to the shops on Wednesdays, but I am in a very fortunate position that I can, and so is my co-host Dylan. So we're able to get these books as soon as they come out, read them, review them for you, and tell you if you should, get them or not get them, or stay at home and read some more Marvel digital books. Anyway, we're going to have a new book coming out of Image Comics, Ludocrats #1. There's a few different covers for this, but I'm interested to get this because that 8 cover kind of reminds me of Candy Crush. I don't know if you guys remember Candy Crush. It was one of those first iPhone games that was very addicting and very popular and very, very vibrant in colors, and something that really stands out when I think about iPhone video games. Whatever happened to Candy Crush? Do people still play that? Another thing that sticks out about this book, besides the vibrant colors and the relations to Candy Crush that I'm elaborating on right now, is that the writer, because there's 2 writers on this book, but the main writer on this book, Karen Gillan, has been knocking out the park. She did the new Image Die series, which has been freaking incredible, and then she did that Once and Future, which is a book I recommend. I think the first trade paperback just came out, which, if you don't know what a trade is, it's a volume of all like the first 6 issues of a book compiled into one, so you can just pick it up and read it, and it's a good binge read. So that is definitely a book I would recommend. So this is kind of like why this book stands out a little more. I'm kind of curious to see what she's going to do with this, and I'm all in. Now, this last and final book that I'm picking up, I probably won't even read it, for the simple fact that I am about to embark on watching the actual Star Wars movies. And then I'm going to be watching the Star Wars animated series, and this book is called Star Wars Adventure Clone Wars #1. So I believe and I hope that this is a book that ties into the actual lore of Star Wars. I know there was a lot of people who were disappointed that some of the comics don't really go with like the movies, or the movies are steering clear of the other source material, as in books or not. I don't know. I got to actually watch these movies in detail. I feel like when I watch a movie and I edit it, I watch it like 3 or 4 times. So I really get like the nitty gritty of the movie and I analyze it and a little bit deeper. But yeah, I'm definitely going to pick this up. The cover looks freaking cool. So yeah, that looks pretty dope. I know there's an incentive variant, but I mean, we just getting back into comics. I ain't trying to buy no incentive variants right now. But I got a little bit of money saved up, because we're going to be hit in the next couple of weeks with like a plethora of incredible books that you're just going to want to get your hands on, because we've all been buying books on like eBay and YouTube auctions, trying to get our new comic book day fix, but now the new comic book day is back, man. I'm all in. I can't wait to go back to the LCS. Oh man, let me know down below what are some books that you're going to be picking up this week. I'll let you know what I'm going to be picking up this week, and make sure you tune into the review show on Wednesday with me and Dylan. And I have a new show Monday through Friday, is a live stream every single morning. It's more of a radio show. You're not going to be seeing our faces, but it's going to be me and TK's Batcave. And we're going to be talking about new comic books. We're going to talk about new movies, pop culture, any type of like pop culture, comic book related content. We're going to be talking about, we'll be taking guests. We're going to be interviewing people, YouTubers, writers, you name it. It's going to be a blast. And I appreciate everybody who watches my channel for the comic book content, everybody who's been watching for the new movies I've been releasing, because it's been a fun journey. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.